Back to Simply Share Share. This is one of my very first live sessions and I'm super excited because we have a very special guest. We've got Annie here from Exo Treatment Room and you guys are in for such a big treat, let me tell you. So with this whole live thing, I mean, a lot of us are at home, we're working, we're trying to get things done. This is one of the most amazing ways for you guys to still keep your face looking good because Annie has all the insights, plus she has a really cool new series out called Satellite X. And yeah, I'm gonna let her talk about it. But if you are just joining us right now, if you don't know me, I'm CHERYL from Simply Share Share. I've got my own YouTube channel, but you may have seen me also on HGTV, on Food Network, so many different things. And if you're looking for DIYs or really, really beautiful interiors, I know it's kind of far from skincare, but that's what my whole channel is about. And we also talk about just ways of, you know, just doing simple things to make your life easier in terms of your entire lifestyle. So that's why talking to Annie today is super, super important. So Annie has been working in the industry for 20 years and she has a very scientific approach to how she does things, which is totally different because, you know, the beauty industry is just full of so many things from natural to organic and all these like buzzwords. Well, Annie has all that info. She's the real deal. And yeah, so I think it's just gonna be super fun today. When you're talking about live, what's really cool about it is that we're broadcasting to YouTube and also to Facebook. And what you guys can do to make sure that we hear you and that we keep it really interactive, all you have to do is go into YouTube or Facebook, send in a chat, and I can bring those comments in because today I'm kind of playing the role of everything. I'm, you know, co-hosting, but I'm also working the camera, I'm doing the behind the scenes stuff, and we're gonna introduce you to one of our besties, Jason, as well, who's producing this. So yeah, it's like our own little TV show for the next 30 minutes. So before we get into like the meat and potatoes of skincare, I just want to let you know that I met Annie through my friend Jason, and he just thought, you know what, this would be such a cool idea to kind of get two different perspectives. I mean, I know nothing about skincare, and just to try out one of her virtual Satellite X consultations. So that's something that you're going to see a little bit further in this broadcast. And something special that you'll also be looking out for is a giveaway. I mean, who doesn't love a giveaway? All of those details are going to be coming up really, really soon as well. And actually, you know what? I'm just going to leave that to Jason because we want to see more of Jason. He is also half of the Style Guys. Ali is also the other half of Style Guys, and hopefully we'll have him on the show next time as well because he's awesome. So yeah. Before we get into anything, I want to give Annie a really, really warm welcome. So I put together this cute little intro. Not even cute, this is like a badass intro. It's so cool. So here we go. All right. Hi, Annie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you. This is awesome.
Well, we're really excited to have you here. And word on the street is that you have your own YouTube channel now.
You know what? I think I signed up for YouTube a long time ago, and then like a year later, I discovered there was a video of my cat on it, and that was it. So I really had to start all over again. This is brand new.
You know what? Starting wherever you are is totally cool because I know that you're super busy and you've got tons of things going on. So when you want to do more collabs, let me know. Yeah, you know, that's just how it goes. YouTubers are like friends with YouTubers. All right.
I see that. I feel like I'm just one generation away from being obsessed with YouTube, but I'm going to I'm gonna get into it.
So I know that Jason's there. Why don't we say hi to Jason? Hey! That's our producer in the background. Yes. And actually,
Watching some of the comments, I can't wait to read them out for Annie, and maybe we can try and trick her with some.
I love tricks. I love pranks. So Jason.
It happened to me before, so.
No. Jason, how did you meet Annie?
You know what? I'll tell you how I met
Funny
Annie.
story.
I was actually
just outside here.
Yeah, I used to work on the same block as her, just a couple doors over, and I think I was at Starbucks getting a little something.
Oh.
I was walking by, and she came running out of her shop and was like, hey, I think I know you. Aren't you one and a half of the style guys? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, come here, let's talk.
I said, oh my God.
You're totally fangirling.
Yeah, I was excited.
And it just worked out. We've been hanging out and working together ever since.
Yeah,
So.
partners in crime.
I hear someone else in the background.
If anyone can hear that in the background.
Can we see Sprinkles? Because Sprinkles is just too cute. You're like, no.
The front door like a Rottweiler.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll see Sprinkles a little bit later. So Annie, you know what? I feel like you deserve an amazing introduction, and maybe you can tell us how you got started and what the whole story is about Exo Treatment Room.
Awesome. Well, I wish I had a big story about how when I was a little girl, but it really was an evolution of things in my life, and all the things that I love just came together. One door opened another and another and another. I've always loved science. I worked in surgical ophthalmology for 15 years, and basically I used to live in the area where my little shop is. Then I met my husband, we got married, and we bought a house, but I really missed this area. So when I saw this little spot was for lease, I'm like, what can I do with chemicals and lasers? And after crossing a few things off my list, it brought me to skincare. And again, one door opened the other, because I've had a million of my own skin issues. I was on Accutane in my 30s. I'm not a big makeup wearer, so having good skin was always really important to me. And here I am, and I love it. It's the greatest thing I've ever done.
Well, I love that you just sort of like have this science-based approach to everything, because I think a lot of people right now are, just so inundated with all these buzzwords. And they're like, oh, it must be organic. It must be good for me. And
exactly.
It's kind of like going to a doctor to find out all the information. I mean, reading a label,
I'm not a doctor,
yes.
But it certainly is a more literal look at it.
Exactly. Because for me, and as someone who doesn't know anything about skincare, all I end up seeing is just the labels and just hoping I can trust that with just seeing like 4 or 5 words. And then reading the ingredients, which I have no idea about chemical names and stuff like that.
It's true. And I think skincare, and this is probably true of many industries, there's always like a story, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's the fine print, which may or may not be the truth. And so we often don't look past a headline or the story or the marketing or the style to really get what's underneath. And it takes you down this road of constantly being disappointed in your skincare product.
Totally.
When skincare should be so much fun, right? If you've got a little bit of knowledge and you're armed with a little bit of information, you can go out there and have a great time.
Right. And you know what? I feel like if you talk to a lot of people who are really into skincare, and I have to say a lot of it is, the majority is women, a lot of us are so disappointed. I mean, I was watching this video with Jessica Alba, and she was doing her nighttime routine, and she had 20 products. And I'm like, how can you have clean skin with 20 products? Like 1, 2, 3, like it's just so many things. And maybe, I don't know, you would have a better idea of how this all works.
I think that there's 2 types of people. There's people who just want to get stuff done, right?
Yeah.
So my regime is like 3 steps in the morning, 3 steps at the end of the day. But if you enjoy that ritual of skincare, it might set you up for your good night's sleep, your quiet time. It's just part of the luxury that some people enjoy, and that's okay. That's good for your soul. But in reality, I don't think we need that many steps to our skincare. You need focused steps to your skincare.
Love
you
it.
need to know what your lifestyle and your skin and your environment should be using, but that's not 14 things.
Now, I know that on your Instagram, a lot of your followers send you questions. So do you have any interesting questions that you want to answer today?
Yeah, I mean, I get DMs all the time about people's questions. They send me pictures of their products. They send me links to articles, and I can't always go through them all, but I can't stand that little icon on my desktop, so I do open them all.
Okay.
I get to them when I get to them, and if I hear something sort of that has a common grain, I definitely will talk about it on Instagram, right?
Yes.
Normally every morning when I'm in the shower washing my hair, something comes to me. I don't know if it's Oprah from the heavens that's like, you need to talk about sunscreen today. You need to tell people to wash their face today. But I do like to simplify things. And I think the number one thing people should be doing, I know they're going to think I say sunscreen. Sunscreen's a very close second, but wash your face. Wash your face. It's really amazing how many people don't wash their face. And it is the root of a lot of their problems.
That's so me. Okay, so I'm a new mom, and sometimes I just don't have time to wash my face, and sometimes I'll actually go on FaceTime with Jason, or even anyone. I mean, I'm sure my husband is just like, wash your face. I have like mascara trickling down. I look like such a hot mess. One of these eyebrows are over here. And I don't think about the damage, right? Like I don't think about what I could be doing to my skin long term. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's true. It's true. There's a whole little ecosystem going on here, right? We're constantly like out in the world. I mean, I guess we haven't been out in the world for the last few months. If anybody's watching this 100 years from now, we're just coming up with it.
Yes, we are.
Even then, our habits have changed a lot, right? But the bus goes by, there's some smog, there's a close talker in the office, there's some germs. We're producing oil from our own body. We're shedding skin cells. Google how many skin cells that you shed in a day. It's humongous. And so those things, they need to be cleansed, right? If they're not cleansed, we can get a bit of a crust across our face. We can get bacteria that causes acne or redness. If you are prone to redness, rosacea, that's going to increase by not washing your face. And a lot of people will say, oh, but I'm so dry. That's why I don't wash my face. Or I just rinse it with water.
Right.
But using your hands and a cleanser, that's a form of exfoliation in itself. So you're cleansing away all that dirty stuff. Then you can put your moisturizer on and it actually absorbs.
Oh.
And you're not so dry. So it does the opposite.
And I think that's the problem, right? I feel like there's just like so much misinformation out there that I've been listening to for years, and now I realize I'm not going to do that.
And doesn't it really just make sense? Like, oh yeah, cleaning my face.
Yeah, it's like washing dishes. It's like brushing
of your husband saying, is it plugged in?
Yes.
Did you put gas in it?
Yes. He actually, before we even started this live, I was like, the camera's not working. And he was like, Cher, it's not plugged. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. I'm going to stick to crafts. So
that's a creative venture.
Right. So just a reminder for anyone who's just tuning in, if you want to send us questions, whether it's through Facebook or YouTube, or even through Instagram, I feel like producer Jason is in the background and he might be able to send those over to us and we can get all those questions answered throughout this stream. So yeah, actually, you know what, Jason? Where are you?
I'm here.
Can you tell us about how to enter a giveaway or this giveaway and what are we giving away in general?
Totally. So what's going to happen is Annie, of course, with her lunar veil as featured in O Magazine, we're going to give one away to one of our viewers. So what we need you to do is just leave a comment in the chat, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, and if you're watching live or if you're watching the restream, that's fine. We're going to draw it tomorrow, which is Thursday, June 11th, and that's going to be at noon Mountain Standard Time. And yeah, so just leave a chat. We'll do it randomly, and we'll give somebody some beautiful skincare.
Yes, and Lunar Veil's like a sleep mask, and it is heaven. It's full of biofermented antioxidants. It protects all the moisture that will evaporate from your skin when you sleep. You'll wake up and be heavenly dewy.
I love that. And you know what? If you know, it's funny because I would spend the money on eyelash extensions so that I could wake up and feel like Beyonce. And I don't know why I haven't been doing that with my own face, because it's so simple. And you know what? What's really, really cool, I'm really excited about your Satellite X series, and maybe you want to talk about that a little more, because it's so important right now with people who are at home and cannot get to salons. So yeah, what do you want to say about it?
That's true. So one thing we've learned through the last few months is that lots of people follow our Instagram, and they're from all over the place. So our virtual appointments have been crazy. We've had people all over the States. We've had Naples, Florida. We've had Houston, lots of California. We've gone to Toronto, Dawson Creek, Fort McMurray, small town, everywhere. So that's amazing. And the internet opens good skincare up to everyone. So Satellite X series is really a virtual appointment, whether you're close to me or not close to me, that we go through your entire skincare regime. And I feel like people have often purchased. Again, reading the headline, reading the story, reading the promises, a lot of skincare. So it's going through that skincare and rearranging it into a regime that makes sense for their life, their skin type, their skincare concerns, and filling in the holes with a customized serum called Satellite X that I'll formulate just for you. As you can see, we've got all kinds of equipment here in the lab. To make a serum just specifically for your skin to fill in the holes just helps simplify life, right? It helps simplify your shopping trip because you are not buying after product looking for something that's going to work for you.
Amazing.
Essentially, that's what it is.
All right, I have to jump in. We've got so many awesome comments coming through. I love this one from Jennifer. She's like, I love Annie's expertise in skincare. Thanks to her, my 9-year-old daughter also wears sunscreen on the daily.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Okay, 9-year-old daughter, you are going to be the most gorgeous 40-year-old. Your friends will be wilting around you.
Here's an interesting one, Annie. Maybe you can answer this one, and then we'll get into some more video and stuff. But what acid should I use to exfoliate at home?
First of all, I love that you said acid, because there are two types of exfoliation. There's physical exfoliation and chemical exfoliation. So physical exfoliation would be like your scrubs, your St. Ives scrubs, your Clarisonics, even a washcloth, even your hands, really. So there's different variations of physical or mechanical exfoliation. I love chemical exfoliations. They're more even, they're more gentle, they're more naturally received by your skin, and you can target different things. So what kind of chemical exfoliation should you use depends on your skin type. So typically there's AHA, alpha hydroxy acids, and BHA, beta hydroxy acids. And one is water soluble, one is oil soluble. So BHA, oil soluble, typically is salicylic acid. So if you have blackheads, if you're one of those people that gets chronic blackheads, salicylic acid's perfect for you. Step number one is cleansing every morning and every night. But if that's not helping, definitely you need to get a little salicylic acid that you can put over your nose. The other one is alpha hydroxy acid, and there's a whole bunch of them in there. There is glycolic acid, there is lactic acid, which is my personal favorite, and lactic acid is a nice big molecule. It's also a humectant. It's also very good for brightening your skin if you tend to have some sun damage. So I would start with a lactic acid and go up from there. Glycolic is a smaller molecule, and it can be a little more drying. So depending on what kind of climate you live in, start with lactic acid. If you feel like you need more, you can use it more or bump it up to glycolic. That is my 2 cents on exfoliating chemically.
Amazing, amazing. So
Okay.
Jason, come on,
Yeah, you want
more
more
comments.
questions?
More questions?
Yeah, keep them coming. We have time. Let's do it.
Okay, I like this from Michelle. What do you recommend for eczema instead of a prescription steroid cream?
I need to know this
There's so many
too.
good eczema creams out there. Do you know I don't even have eczema and I use an eczema cream? There is one by Polysporin that I really, really like. It's cheap and cheerful. I think it was like $8. It's in a tube, and basically they have something in it. They'll have things that are like panthenol or allantoin. Those will be ingredients that are in there. And also CHERYL. I don't know if this ever pertained to you, but those are ingredients that are also in nipple cream. So you can imagine, people that have chafed skin use it. So people that have eczema, those are also great ingredients for them. So I would actually just get eczema cream.
Wow.
That is from the drugstore. They're going to have really soothing, protective products in it. I just lost my earpiece. So.
Oh, this is what happens when you're live. You're like, something's falling out of my ear.
Yeah, I know. If anybody thought that was disgusting, that something fell out of my ear, it was an Apple earbud.
5-second rule, by the way.
Let's find another question.
Yes.
Okay, what would be some good over-the-counter face washes for pre-puberty skin?
Ooh.
Anything. Cleansers just cleanse. So I think that there's lots of great brands out there. And of course, this comes down to marketing too, right? I'm sure there's products that are marketed towards teens and preteens. And they'll probably have things like salicylic acid in them for acne. And then they'll smell like things that teenagers like the smell of. I think grapefruit and fruity bubble gums are probably going to be attractive to them. But for young skin, the plainer, the better, right? This is good to get into really good habits. So a really plain, unscented cleanser, because I feel like when you're young, your skin is even more sensitive than when we get a little older and we develop the crust of life on all parts of our life. Then scents are added to maybe mask things or enhance the experience of the use of the product. But when you're young, you have sensitive skin. Just a nice, plain cleanser that doesn't have a scent in it, I think is probably the best way to go.
Love it, love it, love it. All right.
I like smells and things, but I've graduated past my teens.
Yes, we have all graduated at this point. How are we doing for...
I don't even remember that, actually.
How are we doing for questions, Jason?
Yeah, we've got some more. And I had somebody message me directly, and they wanted to know, what exactly is a satellite X?
Yes.
So satellite X. So the name came up because it's remote. You need to be here. I can remotely create this, right? Like, I feel like I'm like, does anybody remember Max Headroom? I'm like Max Headroom now. I live on the internet. I'm virtual, and I love it because, again, I can like reach so many more people. So it's a remote serum. It's a custom serum that is developed just for you, for your specific skin, your specific needs, and that program is called Satellite X Series.
Amazing. And you know what? I can now say that I have experienced the Satellite X series because Annie and I did a consultation a few days before this whole live thing, which I would love to play for you guys, just sort of the highlights of what happened.
All right. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi.
So nice to have you for
Thank
your
you.
consultation. I would like to know everything about your skin.
I seriously need your help because I'm at the point where, okay, first of all, I used to use everything from like Dove to Oil of Olay, Regenerist, the wipes, like all those little things that you put on your nose and all your blackheads come, those strips. ever since I was pregnant. So now I've given birth and all the things, and it's been about a year since my daughter was born. I can't use a ton of things, so my skin all of a sudden just became really sensitive.
Okay.
So right now, I'm pretty much using Aveeno Baby.
Okay, that's okay. You know what? I think gentle is the way to go anyhow.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes we wind up going down that rabbit hole where we have too many actives or acids or retinol this, retinol that. So it's great to have some gentle things in your regime.
Yes.
Let's start with your skincare concerns. Is there anything you're trying to treat? I mean, you look gorgeous.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
like glowing right now. Tell me what's underneath this. What is
Okay.
something that at nighttime after you've washed your face, you're like, ah.
My face is always dry. That's why I'm constantly moisturizing. Another thing that I'm using is Vaseline. So I don't know if that means I'm clogging pores or what am I doing. And then just, you know, I'm wearing makeup right now. I use the Bioderma makeup remover.
Okay.
And after that, my skin's super dry. So the minute like I finish all the cleansing, I have to slather on the lotion and the Vaseline. I am just looking for some kind of remedy or some kind of, you know, I mean, I love that people go and get facials. I'm so envious, and I know that I'm doing something potentially wrong or just not educated enough.
Facials are little stops along your skincare journey, right? Like you have to do all the work, and refocusing products can be really beneficial. So what are you actually washing your face with? What is your cleanser?
You're gonna
is
laugh.
Is it soap? Is it a bottle thing? Fair. So what I would say from the Aveeno baby wash that you're using, right? Baby skin, that's baby skin.
Baby skin.
We think of it as very gentle, but you know what? I bet it's so gentle, it's not really cleaning your face.
Agreed.
Okay, so if we're not really cleaning our face, we can get a little bit of a buildup there.
Yes.
Then no matter what we're putting on top, it's not really absorbing, right? So this is the hamster wheel of dryness.
Right.
Vaseline, I love, okay? But I like Vaseline, it's a barrier. It's not really a moisturizer. We would call it an occlusive or barrier. So it prevents transepidermal water loss or TOOL. It prevents it from evaporating from our face, but we still need some moisture to get into our skin. And if you're not cleaning properly, you're not exfoliating the dead skin cells, you're not exfoliating the oil that you produce.
Yes.
And a simple cleanse, and this with our hands, that's an exfoliation to some degree.
Okay.
So I would dare you to try an adult cleanser. Maybe it has a little more surfactant in it. So we want to keep this product really simple. We'll do something that's unscented, but very focused on keeping your skin bright, keeping your skin even toned, keeping your skin young. But it's also going to be very soothing and calming. I'm going to do a sort of a formulation that's very similar to this in the sense that it's like a gel. Okay, so there's no color in there, and there's no fragrance in there, and it's going to be super spreadable. When I put my skincare on, I like to do my whole face, neck, chest, back of hands. Okay, so I like these spreadable formulations that will do one pump and cover all of that. They last forever.
Oh, wow.
So this is my little dog, Sprinkles. Sprinkles, look into the camera. Good boy.
Oh my God, Sprinkles!
So, I mean, everything I'm going to make, girl, it's going to be cruelty-free because, you know, little Sprinkles is my child. Because I don't have human children, I have him. We would do unscented, and I think we would keep it nice and simple, and we would slowly incorporate that into your skincare regime. You know, every other day, you try it out and build yourself up to every day as a consistent product in your regime. So you can wash, vitamin C, sunscreen, which you are going to find.
Yes.
And then in the evening, you are going to wash, moisturize, and go to bed. Get a grown-up cleanser. It will have a little more surfactant in it, and I bet you will take your makeup off, okay? We want to use our hands, our great tools. So we're going to really emulsify that all over our face. You spend a little time here, a little time here. It should rinse off.
Oh my gosh. It's time for CHER CHER to grow up. No! Good tip, good tip, good tip.
It takes me about 2 weeks to formulate it. I want to do a little antimicrobial testing. We need to register this with Health Canada, and then we can safely send it to you to try.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And, you know, I just love that it's personalized and it's specific to my little baby face right now. But yeah, you know, I think that I've just spent so many years being afraid of trying new products, and knowing that you're an expert in this makes me feel so much more comfortable.
I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. It saves you going on that journey on your own of all those dollars that we spend on trying a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Just have someone to help you narrow it down, focus it, and hopefully just look beautiful forever.
Yay! Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Okay, come on. Anyone who's watching right now, do you not want a Satellite X virtual consultation like right now? I mean, like, I was just mind blown. Like, and it's funny because I did keep touching my face, which I feel like I'm probably putting more bad things on my face. But honestly, I didn't realize that I was kind of not doing anything good for my face by not washing it properly with a cleanser that would actually remove the dirt. You know, I think, you know, for people who don't know me, I have very sensitive skin, and I thought, you know, why don't I just try some of my daughter's products, because they must be gentle, right?
They must be. There's such thing as too gentle.
Yes, yes. So that's something I really didn't know anything about, and, you know, I think this sort of touches a couple of things in my life, you know, just sort of opening up my eyes to make sure that I'm really, really looking into what I'm doing properly. And if I don't know what I'm doing, talking to an expert, because especially when it comes to skin, if you haven't talked to Annie, you should. Because this is,
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, this is more than just, okay, I want to get a facial, or, you know, this is literally how to take care of your skin for life. And yeah, and how to make things easy and simple. And I love that you also mentioned—
I want to push you all down the right road, the right path to make your own decisions, right?
Exactly. And I think the word of the day is focused, right?
Some things are good for your soul, but sometimes you need to do something in reality too.
Exactly, exactly.
I'm hanging out back here because I have a really good question, and I feel like this is one that really only Annie could answer.
Okay.
This is from Alicia. She says, I used to get glycolic peels for years, but stopped for a year now because my skin has become recently quite sensitive, and it reacts to certain products it never did before. Any suggestions on how to get similar results for sensitive skin?
Okay, so few things there. First, you could try switching to a different brand or formulation of glycolic acid, right? Like maybe it was that formulation you started to oversensitize to. You could use it less. So a lot of products like exfoliation, you don't even need every single day. Like make it like Friday night exfoliation night. You could do that. You could so alter the amount that you are using that product, or you could just switch to a milder exfoliation. Again, lactic acid is one of my favorites, so you could try something like that. It's still an AHA, but a big molecule, so it doesn't go in and eat up all the water in your skin. And you might have just been over exfoliating, and that's the sensitization that you sort of developed from overdoing it. So take a break, and maybe you don't even need to. Good signs of over exfoliation are redness, even acne, if your acne is getting worse, but definitely redness and feeling a little dry and sunburny. You have maybe broken your skin barrier by over exfoliating.
Ooh. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
It comes back. You just got to stop doing it.
Awesome. Well, I know that we have one more question that we're going to answer, so let's do it.
Yeah, and this one came from somebody I think we all know. His name is Ali Khan Velchik.
Ali!
He wanted to know, just wondering, what's the difference between oil moisturizers and regular moisturizers?
It's a good one.
That is
Good
a
one.
very good question. It was a very good question coming from someone who has very beautiful skin.
Yes.
And has the best quarantine look I've ever seen. He's wearing it well. So most moisturizers, an actual moisturizer that you buy, like CeraVe, whatever, are oil and water emulsified. So there's a product in there called emulsifier that binds those two, because normally oil and water will separate, right? So most moisturizers are oil and water. So then there's no difference, really. It's just what kind of oil, the amount of oil, that will vary from the different moisturizers. But if we talk about like a serum or something, which tends to be a more liquid sort of product, you can get oil serums, and you can get more of a gel or a cream or a watery liquid-based serum. And those have usually an active in them, and they probably chose that base of oil or water depending on if the active ingredient that is in there to treat your skin is water soluble or oil soluble. Or you can just get an oil serum that is likely a blend of some lovely oils. I know squalane is very popular, rosehip seed oil is very popular. So those are sort of like natural, calming, anti-inflammatory oils. If you like to go down that route, I like an oil serum, but I always think I also like a little bit of science in there too, right? I like some development, technology to go into my actives, and when I'm thinking that way, I think that nature is okay, but science and synthetic is great, right? Because we can purify it, we can focus it, we can really make that the perfect proportions. Nature is not that consistent, right, as science.
I love it. I love it. It's all about the science. It's all about keeping it focused. And yeah, honestly, this has been such an informative session. I feel like we could do so many more. What do you think, Annie?
I know. Well, I think I have a YouTube channel now.
Right.
So I will do a lot.
Yes.
I will just come on here and talk sometimes. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I feel so just honored to have you also on Simply Share Share, because this is a topic that can go on forever, and it's not, you know, it's so important to make sure that we take care of our bodies, inside, out, skin. Oh, either that's like a doorbell or a text message. This is what happens live.
I had a dog bark, whatever.
That's okay. You saw my green screen for 2 seconds. But yeah, so
Change cameras midway.
I mean,
this is just the reality.
I know. I'm looking here, there.
We have shady eyes right now. Look over there. Anyone who watches Drag Race. But yeah, thank you so much, Annie, for joining us. Thank you so much, Jason, for being the producer extraordinaire. And yeah, just don't forget, guys, we are doing an awesome giveaway. All you have to do is leave a comment on Facebook or YouTube. It doesn't have to be right now. It can be on the replay. And you can win a lunar veil treatment.
I know.
Right? So you can just feel
That's
so
awesome,
right?
It's a fan favorite. It's one of our best sellers for sure.
It's pretty cool. And it's, for anybody who wants to know, it's over $200. So that is a pretty awesome gift. All right, guys, we are going to say our goodbyes. And of course, if you want to see more of these videos, let us know on any of our social platforms. And yeah, thank you so much, Annie. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl.
Bye,
Thank you,
Jason.
Okay.